Okay, it's going to be a short video of our bunning HDB 350. See the hitch got a little bit of slop in it, but not bad. This front PTO assembly is brand new, like less than 100 tons. We replaced this one before Lime last fall. So that is brand new and in good shape. Does come with a dry rate controller as well as a mechanical or servo proportioning valve for the chain. The chain is the feed rate controller. Does have the floating hitch with the spring pack in the back there. Chain runs pretty true. You can see we're about halfway on the extension of the wear out side. Body's straight, tops are straight. We don't get into it because we've got a tipper bucket. We've replaced one tire on this side. The other ones, as you can see, I'll turn on the light real quick. There we go. Back in the hole. The other ones are pretty wore down, but they all still hold air, and we don't trailer it down the road, so we don't worry too much about road wear and tear. Springs and hangers, shackles are all in pretty good shape. They used to have a toe strap that they carried on those homemade pieces. I'll get in the bed here in a minute. This cylinder does leak a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of wet. Excuse me. That cylinder's fine. The oil's coming off the chain. Cylinder's got some oil on it because we lubricate the chains. You can see the witness mark from where the chain spits out. We run used 80/90 gear oil on that chain. It used to be a double, and we've since converted it down to a single, just wear and tear and cost of sprockets. This sprocket and shaft up here, I don't know if you can see that, are new. We just put those on. The teeth are in real good shape, never sees the shaft. New chain, new back bearing. Let's see if you can get that. So that bearing, shaft, hub, bushing, sprocket, that's all new, as well as the drive chain. The bottom is not. The bottom is used. It only drove off the one side. One side chain or sprocket's pretty bad. Outside's pretty good. Idler is in pretty good shape. We do have some spare idlers. So this semi coming back. Spinner decks are true when they spin. Get that. These paddles are, I guess you would call them retrofit. That's an 8-inch, or excuse me, a 6-inch C channel. It's the heaviest one you can get. You can see your rear beater back there, as well as the rear shaft. The knives are stainless, just pieces of like 2 by 3/8 or 2 by half, I don't remember, punch to make those teeth. It is a double gearbox drive, which you'll see when we go around the side. Speed sensor on the shaft. Oils do get changed after each season. There's not a lot of oil in them to go bad, but pretty good maintenance protocol. We have redone the lights to LEDs. It does have a back camera. Drive on this side. Again, new bearing down here on this side, and a new bearing Up here on this side, that new shaft we put in, this is also a new bushing sprocket assembly for this double chain. This is the one that comes off PTO. New bearing, sprocket, hub, shaft, never sees. You can see the never sees on there. And the oil spot, because we oil the chain pretty hard. Again, the oil flips all over everything but double idler. So that's all in pretty good shape. There's a weld. If you ever break off a bar and chuck it, you tear up the bottom. So that's what that's from. It's kind of hard to see into the light. This side has 2 new tires. A little more corrosion on this side for whatever reason on the springs. This does have trailer brakes. We just don't have a tractor to utilize it. Oh, the bottom side. Oh. Okay. This shaft is not new or has not been replaced. The yokes do take grease. You can see we've put some patches on the back side of the spinners. They're starting to wear through. A little homemade tint for the gearbox so that it doesn't have crap fall on it all the time. This drive shaft right here is brand new. This throwout, or excuse me, overrun clutch, not throwout. This throwout clutch is brand new, and when I ordered it, it goes from I think a small 540 down to a small 540, but this shaft wasn't in stock, so we had to adapt it up to a bigger 540. So this is small 540. I've adapted it up to big 540 so that it runs the bigger overrun. So this is a lot beefier than the one that was on it, and that's fine. There is still a shear bolt at the front yoke that shears before any of this back stuff does. I think you can see, yeah, I think you can see that. We've replaced that drain plug with a stainless drain plug. Top one is not stainless. We do change this gearbox oil every year as well. There's some corrosion on the bottom side, as you would expect. There's your springs, or your brakes and your third axle steering, which we don't utilize, like I said. Bottom drive shaft, I don't know if I can get that picture. Yeah, all the slats. I'll show you up in the top what happens when a slat breaks and how we replace it. We're going to use the light. Get you the data tag. Each axle, X350, chassis number, front idler, front teeth, star, I think that's an 80 chain. Obviously isn't a Deere ISO connector. It's small, or excuse me, large, 1000 on the drive PTO. Bear with me just a minute here. Okay, you can see the inside of the bed, the floor we don't paint, but the sides we do put a paint and a slip coat on. Oh man, let's get inside so you can see it a little better. So what happens when you break a slat, so this is an original style slat, and this is a rectangular tube, and that's what comes with it. When we break one, and you'll usually break them off here, is there's a piece that slides in to allow for some free play, or that's I guess what they were designed to do. We replace it with something a little simpler and a little more robust. You got this 1/2x2, I think is what it is, flat bar. We weld that to the link, and we put this channel iron in there. And the channel iron doesn't collect and hold garbage, but it is pretty aggressive on moving stuff, and it gives us more surface area, more purchase to weld to than a piece of tube where you just like butt weld the end of it. So we've had real good luck. We've never broken a slat that we have replaced. As you can see, a lot of these have been replaced through here. There's an original one and some more replacements. So we generally catch them as we're going through. Lime pulls pretty hard. We used to spread chicken litter with it. That was our main reason for buying such a large machine. Chicken litter contract kind of went away when they started pelletizing it. So we did run pellets, which behaves fine, but it's a little cumbersome and very heavy for lime. So the steel's all in good shape, the floor's all in good shape. There's no thin spots excuse me, in the floor. It does stay inside, so it doesn't sit outside and collect water and garbage. We do pressure wash it when we get done each year. So I don't know what this looks like compared to the other ones as far as clean and fit and all that, but we normally don't have too many issues with it. Just keep them clean. The top of this collects crap, gets rusty, and you got to wash it off, and doesn't do much. So if you got any questions, give me a call, 765-210-6802. I'll be happy to take more pictures or explain things or whatever. Thanks.